Okay, take two. Hi everybody, it's Shannon again. I know it's been a really long time since I've posted a video. Thank you all for being patient, and I have a new foundation routine that I'd like to share with you. I think everybody knows Wayne, and if you don't, I will put his link in the bottom. But he's a great makeup artist on YouTube, and he kind of turned me on to some of the more professional line of cosmetics. And I have been using the Dinair system, and instead of repurchasing the Dinair, I watched a lot of his videos and noticed that he uses, it's really hot in the sunroom, and let me move back a little bit. And he's done a tutorial on Ket Cosmetics. So we emailed back and forth, and he kind of told me what I should get, and I went ahead and purchased them. And I'm going to show you what I do for my foundation routine. It's so simple. It's cut the time in half just using these products. And yeah, I'm going to get started. And first of all, I've already washed my face and moisturized, and I've put my L'Oreal Studio Secrets, I don't know if you can see that, it's pretty sunny, primer, which I like the best. And first of all, I'm going to use my concealer. I use my concealer before I use this Ket Cosmetic foundation because it has a tendency to be a little tacky after you put it on. So I use my concealer first. Otherwise, it looks a little bit cakey. So I'm just going to use, I use MAC Cosmetics concealer, and my shade is NW20, which is a little, ooh, way too much, which is a little dark for me, but because it's impossible that this is true, but I am kind of darker than I normally would be in the winter. This is, and the sun's coming in, so you can't really see all my coloring, but yeah, so I just go ahead and put my concealer on, and I'm just going to look in this mirror here, and I just pat it all the way down, kind of like a triangle, and then I take, this is a Sonia Kashuk brush. It's like, I think it's more like a thick eye shadow blending brush, but this has been a great brush to use to put in my concealer. And then I just go over that side, bring it up into the corner of my eyes, into the corner, and I do have darkness underneath there. There's not much I can do about that. The orange based concealers for me don't work. They leave too much of a weird color on my face. So it's just genetic. There's nothing I can do about it, and I just have to live with it. And I just bring it up underneath my nose, and then I'll do the same for the other side. And down into my nostril area where I tend to get red because of all those wonderful hormones and broken capillaries throughout the years of putting on makeup and doing pore strips and being very aggressive with exfoliating. And so I've learned not to do it too aggressively. I'm using more topical than scrubbing my face with like walnuts and sugar and stuff like that. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I think as you get more mature skin, you have to be really careful about using granules, like nutted products or things with big chunks in them. Save that for the body, not for the face. Okay, and as you can see, it's already kind of lightened up underneath my eye area. And this is the best part. This is what the product looks like. It's from Ket Cosmetics, and it's their Hydra Foundation. And you get 35 mLs, which I don't know what that translates into ounces because math is not my subject. But and my color, I believe this is an 03, and I also got 01 to mix for when the winter time comes because this will be too dark. Sorry, my shake it up really well. It's a water-based formula. So I just shake it, and I put about 5 drops on my hand. And then I take, I believe this is also a Sonia Kashuk brush. It's very dense, and it really helps to get that foundation into your skin. It doesn't lay on your face, it actually absorbs into your skin, and it makes it just flawless. So I take my brush and I just kind of cradle my hand like this, and I just dab it in, and then I start in the center of my face like this, and then I just swirl. And just keep swirling. And I kind of just dab it into my face. You can already see. And this is, you know, they have different skin tones. Either you're an O or an R, I think, would stand for redness in the skin. Talking to Wayne, most people have an olive undertone, which it does, for me, take away the redness in my face. And you can also see it does help slightly with those under eye bags. Not a whole lot, but it does really create a flawless finish. And then there's a little bit left on the top of the stopper, so I'll just take that and put this on my forehead. And you can layer this to be really sheer, or you can put on another application to give you a little bit more coverage. I would just usually, for the daytime, will just put 1 coat on, and then I'm good to go. But you can see that it's just, it is a wonderful, wonderful product. I would never ever go back to store-bought foundations. I would get this from now on. I can also use it in my airbrush machine, but I think the molecules are a little bit bigger in this formulation than the Dinair. So if you do have a Dinair set, I did try it. I don't like it as well. I like to use the brush. I'm going to go ahead and put another coat on. I'm just going to put 3 drops. Just to show you that you can get a little bit of extra coverage with just a little bit more if you want it. And I have to blend it into my neck because obviously my neck is a lighter shade than my face. Into my ears and down my neck. And it just really seamlessly goes into my skin. I mean, I never thought that foundation had a world like this. It's a completely different world. And it takes no time at all. I mean, you can go through the steps and do an airbrush, or I find that the dual fiber brushes, excuse me, are not as, they're not dense enough. I like this brush. It's more dense, it holds more product, and it just goes over a lot more smooth. So that is for that. And then I might go in with my MAC concealer, the Studio Sculpt concealer. This is also an NW20, and my other one is a NW20. I wouldn't repurchase this. It's a little thick, but if you want to go in like around the crease of your nose, just for a little bit of extra coverage, or where you have any redness, but that foundation really takes care of any redness that I would have, and it just is fantastic. It really is. He also has a video that he does with his sidekick, Mandy, who is absolutely adorable. I just love her. And he puts makeup on her all the time, and they have fun back and forth. And so if you haven't checked out his channel, you have to, because he gives great reviews, short to the point, and no monkey business. And then